There's a strange assumption that women and mothers in particular spend their time doing things that they love, right? A man will say, my wife loves baking. She makes muffins for the kids every single week. And then you'll ask that woman, why are you always baking muffins? And she says, oh, actually, it's just because my mornings are hectic. Muffins are easy. I know the kids are going to eat them. They're not super messy, so not a big amount of cleanup. And so I make muffins because it makes my life easier. Not because I like baking. I actually hate baking, but also I can sneak veggies into the muffins, and it's just a win-win for everyone. So I bake muffins every single week. And to him, it looks like she likes baking. But for her, she's doing it because she is the one responsible for making sure the kids are fed, on time for the bus, getting vegetables, right? The mental load associated with raising children and making sure they're cared for is very heavy. And so she is doing a task associated with that to make her life easier, to make their lives easier, right? But he sees it as something she enjoys. And this is so often misconstrued, right? They'll say, my wife loves planning kids' birthday parties. She really makes them magical for the kids and she goes all out. Does she like it, or does she really want them to have a magical childhood? They don't have to be tied to one another. You can do something for the benefit of your children or your partner or your home without actually enjoying that task. And so often I think men get confused because oftentimes they're not doing things they don't want to do. I had a woman in my DMs telling me about how she's constantly the one planning childcare, especially when they have childcare gaps, like a week off from school for some reason, and how her partner will help with the childcare, but she's the one planning it. And recently she said to her partner, hey, this is getting too much to me. I'm going to have you own this thing. And once he started doing it, he recognized, like, wow, this is a lot of work. And he said to her, I'll do this and I can see how much work it's been, but I don't really want to do this. Like, this isn't fun. And he was outright saying, like, this isn't fun, so, like, I'm not enjoying doing this, but I will if I have to. And so often, men think we just like doing these things. Like, oh, yeah, women love planning the schedule. Like, they love planners and calendars. Like, do we? Or do we use them as tools to make our lives more efficient because we have been tasked with making sure that our kids are where they need to be on time, that our work schedule is aligned with what our kids need, that we're meeting your needs? Like, do we love schedules and planners and calendars, or do we need them to make our lives run more smoothly? Okay? So next time you say something like, oh, my wife loves to bake or she loves to plan a party, maybe ask her. She might. A lot of women love to bake. A lot of men like to bake. She might like that. Or she might say to you, no, actually, I hate baking, but I'd rather bake and make muffins than deal with my kids screaming at me in the morning for me to, like, make scrambled eggs faster. That could be the reality.